hillside tour at 1:30? Good. Mom's going to go change the tickets. And there, looking right behind that building, I'll zoom in here, is the Wisconsin River. There's the Wisconsin River flowing right behind the visitor center, which we're going into now, designed by Wright. Typical sandstone construction. That is Taliesin. That is what this is called. This must be the shuttle bus that takes us to the hillside tour.
Homeschool in 1886, right in the family farmhouse. Used to stand right over there. See those stone steps? The farmhouse was right behind them. The reason it didn't work out the way they thought it was going to is because once word leaked out that these two ladies were starting a school, well, everybody wanted to send their kids here. Everybody just bombarded them. People from Chicago, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Madison. Before you know it, the school had become a boarding school, and right away then the aunts Rouse to design a schoolhouse for them, and he did. And Silsby gave him complete control of that project, and it would become his very first independent commission at the age of 19. And the Hoffmans and the concrete walls, poured concrete with big stones in it, that's got little, where you see the pieces knocked off, they're embedded in the walls out at Taliesin.
Oh, really? Okay. Talking about that Chinese urn having pieces embedded in Taliesin West. Yeah, this building needs some work here.
Oldest building on the estate, designed in 1896, built in 1897. Because the rapidly exploding population of that old hillside homeschool building needed a more adequate water supply. And the aunts wanted something for their new windmill that would be attractive to look at as well as functional. So they asked Frank Lloyd Wright to design something, and he gave them this design. They brought it back to the valley and showed it around to their brothers and sisters and neighbors and so forth, and everybody just laughed out loud. What in the world is wrong with this boy? Is he playing some sort of practical joke on his aunts? Surely he can't be serious. Look at this thing. Everything on earth is wrong with it. Who needs, for starters, a 60-foot windmill? Everybody knows that 20 feet is plenty. 25 is windmill. Everybody knows that we use metal for windmills. Metal is a lot cheaper, and not only that, it's a lot sturdier, and most of all, it doesn't give so much wind resistance. Here in this valley, it's not the extreme temperatures or the copious precipitation that we get, it's the wind that does most of the damage to farm buildings. So this thing was just obviously going to cost a fortune and blow over immediately. So what in the world?
Tour. It's a great place, isn't it? In our Frank Lloyd Wright coffee house, this was the room he built to make a restaurant. This is the only design building that he put together to make a restaurant. So this is what we've got here. I swing this around. Well, look who's having lunch with Frank Lloyd Wright today. Having fun, lady? Just had a super dinner in New Glaurus, Wisconsin. This is the bakery. Riding their bikes. Oh, look at that little trailer thing there. This is the main street, the Swiss restaurant that we had our delicious dinner in. Little bird is bathing in the mud, I think. Is there any water in there? Is there any water in there? What? No? Wolf is feeding this local cow here. What's he got sticking on his side there? Is that real or just something painted on? Just had our meal is painted on the side of this advertising of this cow in front of this insurance company here. And there's another cow.
Geld ist weder böse noch gut.
Means what?
Geld ist weder böse noch gut, es liegt an dem, der es brauchen.
You have to talk to me if you want me to hear.
I said, Geld ist weder böse noch gut,
No.
es liegt an dem, der es brauchen tut. So
Means?
money is not bad or good, it depends on the one who's using it.
Oh, good.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And with the flags, he's got
Die Kuh hat eine Kuhglocke.
Kuhglocke.
Guck, den Hals herum.
What's his heights?
Hals,
Hals?
there's eine Glocke den Hals.
Oh, the ringing bell thing, yeah.
The bell.
He's got on the side there? He's got a Swiss Army knife in front of a gift shop. This is Robert's gift shop where they sell Swiss Army knives. Here's the street, looking the other way, Main Street. Alpine centers with the Swiss flags everywhere. Quite nice. Stores. This is a maple leaf cheese and chocolate house painted on a cow
With fake flowers.
with fake flower bunches all around his neck.
Right?
But
And the
real?
hanging baskets.
But they're real.
No.
Yeah.
Fake. No, they're fake.
You sure?
Touch them.
The flower in the window boxes are real,
No,
aren't
the
they?
windbox are red, but the baskets are not.
Well, we're back at Taliesin again, visiting Frank Lloyd Wright. That's the visitor center. We're going to do the house tour to House and Grounds. We're on the Wisconsin River, and we stopped this morning at Land's End, which has its headquarters in Dodgeville. We thought there was a tour of the facility. Well, there was, but there was no shop at the factory. We went into town and had an hour in Dodgeville, downtown Dodgeville, 8,000 people population. Take the tour of the house. We're in the visitor center right now for a few minutes looking at the catalog. Remember the clock, the floor clock, maybe for a 65th birthday for somebody. You like the stable? Mm-hmm.
So we finally have all new drains through the courtyard, sod and grout and stone, and pretty nice new things to see. Million, we don't know. Oh, after the tour.
I like your cane. Is it from Holland? Looks like a Delft.
It was by apprenticing. Apprenticeship under the great master Louis Sullivan came next. The father of the modern skyscraper. The original carriage path used to swing right along here that way and recreate the little carriage path entrance. And that was the beginning of his undoing. I'll pick it up from there after a while.
Where'd you get off here? Yeah. And the other one too, there was another.
The first one I showed you, the falling water effect, 1940.
Okay, so but he still added that on after he had
Oh,
built
he
his house.
added on all the time. He made lots of changes. Hi, Melinda.
How many square feet are there?
37,000 square feet.
37,000?
But key fires here.
Right.
I want to point out the chapel right across the valley. Under the dark pine trees,
We couldn't get in it yesterday.
there's the brown roof there and a bit of a belfry. It is used Monday nights, every 2 Monday nights starting a couple Mondays ago.
Oh.
I was there for a nice concert, and then in a couple Mondays there'll be another one. Hillside now date to 1902, when he was in his Oak Park period of architecture, and 1902 and 3. And then the ants used the buildings and all the old farm buildings for years and years as a school. Finally retired, passed away. Finally, Mr. Wright started using the buildings himself as an architecture. Before the lantern was here, Mr. Wright had a sculpture lady, which I'll show you, but she's lost her arms. He devised her. Here's the picture again, in very small size, of how it looked when the tree came down. Yep. And right there is what she looked like in 1911, 12. Very early picture, just discovered on the internet recently. They had her arms broken off and he moved her.
Entrance to the rooms are in the corner And the exits are in the opposite corner, diagonal entrance.
And above is the space where the family lives. So horses down below, living above.
How many horses do we have in the lot?
Is there a bird in there?
I don't know exactly. I know that he
There's
had 6
feathers
up
in
at
there.
Point and probably 5 and 10, but I'm not sure. He had some over at Midway Farm.
He's ready to fly, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, there he is. There he is. His feather came up.
Here we still have a lovely moss garden. We'll get to it eventually. So let's go further down here. We'll see this side of what used to be the kitchen. Let's see this one. His studio is here, which did not burn. His work, as he called it, his residence, well enough alone. He was a character. Yeah. He was king of the road. Evidence of the fire, though, he decided to keep specifically for visitors. Come and take a look.
Hey, look at